Get ready, America. Don Jr.'s most recent must-see message is proof that PC culture is falling apart. His iconic speech has handed off a victory for the culture wars and has people across the nation standing up to reject the woke narrative. It's an amazing moment that can no longer be ignored. Step into history alongside Don Jr. and show your support for this epic win and smash share right now. You don't want to miss this. I'm Gary Franchi, your freedom's at stake. Get the news that impacts America. Tap subscribe right now and help us to preserve it. Don Jr.'s message is a must-watch right now and needs to be shared worldwide. His clear enthusiasm in the video is infectious, where he confidently states that we're finally starting to win the culture wars. He's encouraging people to vote with their wallets, standing up and saying enough is enough to the woke virus. Everybody must watch this video right now, then share it around together. Let's make this go viral. People are fed up with the woke narrative being forced down their throat. They've had enough. It's time to take a stand and act. Watch.
Well, guys, I feel like so much of what we talk about on here has to do with negativity. Unfortunately, that's the world in which we live. The deck is sort of stacked against conservatives and what we are up against, whether it's mainstream media, whether it's big tech and Google and all of the craziness that's out there. But every once in a while, there's a silver lining. Every once in a while, there's that glimmer of hope, that distant glimmer that makes us keep going. And honestly, guys, I think we're at the point where we're actually starting to win some of the culture wars, okay? I get it. We may not be performing great in elections. That's a whole different story. That ain't because we're winning on the narrative. But if you look at books, movies, TVs, so many of the woke BS things lost money in 2022. People are finally waking up and saying enough is enough. We're no longer turning the other cheek while they cram all of their lifestyle in our throats, and we're supposed to love every second of it. People just said, you know what? Go woke, go broke. We're voting with our wallets. We're not supporting those who do nothing but jam other people's lifestyle decisions down our throats. And that doesn't mean we care about those things. It means, like veganism or perhaps CrossFit, we don't need to hear about it all the time. We don't care what you do, but stop jamming it down our throats. Couple examples, okay? Disney's animated and openly LGBT characters in Strange World tanked at the box office. They had a budget of $180 million, yet took in only $24 million. Toy Story, the Lightyear, right? Toy Story, one of the most heralded franchises of kids' movies by Pixar. They did a same-sex kissing scene, and that's what they highlighted, and that's what they want to jam down your throats. And guess what? 51 million at the box office. That has to be borderline unheard of for that, right? Another film that tanked was the LGBT movie Bros, about, I don't even know what it was about, but I remember the star, Billy Eichner, was furious that people must be homophobic that they didn't see his movie. Or again, maybe they just don't need your crap. Maybe they don't care. Maybe it's of no interest to them. Or maybe, like a lot of people, they're just fed up of being force-fed this narrative. They don't care what you do in your free life. That doesn't make them homophobic. They don't have to spend their money with you, but that's what the left has generally thought of these days. Other films, like Robert De Niro's Amsterdam, that was basically like anti-Trump and was so over the top that even like film critics were like, okay, maybe it's a little too much. I think it opened to a mere $6 million. AOC's climate change documentary, To the End. AOC, hugely popular, millions of people follow her. It earned $80 per theater in ticket sales. $80. Because guess what, folks? Like everything, the left thinks that anything bad in the world falls under two categories: climate change or white supremacy. Maybe that's nonsense. Maybe it's ridiculous, and maybe we hear enough of it. Doesn't make us against the environment. It just means we don't need to hear AOC or whoever's writing for her jam their crap down our throats. Jamal Hill, you know who she is, the sports commentator, says a bunch of stuff that if races were reversed, in my opinion, I don't think the person would get away with it, but that's my opinion. Her book, 5,000 copies since it debuted in October, according to publisher data. Okay, just so we understand, Triggered, my first book, Okay, sold about 75,000 copies in week one. She sold 5,000 copies, okay? Not 75,000, 5,000, or not 50,000, 5,000 copies since October, okay? That's a disastrous showing. People are fed up. You see Trevor Noah being canceled. People have had enough. So guys, I love that we're waking up. I love that we're saying enough is enough. I love that we're doing it respectfully, and we're just saying, you know what? Do whatever you want. We're just not going to keep funding it. Look at Disney's share price. Down in the tank. Look at Netflix. What's going on there? Down the tubes. Because we're sick of the nonsense. And now we're finally voting with our wallets and saying enough is enough of the PC and woke garbage you're always jamming down our throats. Do your thing. We'll do ours. Stop force feeding us. And maybe, just maybe, your sales will come back.
Just maybe. It's time to take a stand. The PC culture is crumbling, and we're finally starting to win some of the culture wars. Don Jr. hit the nail on the head in his message. It's time to push back against the woke virus that's been holding us all back for far too long. People are fed up with having no choice but to consume narratives they don't care about. So it's absolutely essential that everyone watch this right now and then share it worldwide to make it viral. We must do our part and vote with our wallets. No more turning a blind eye or turning the other cheek. Now is a time for citizens from all walks of life to say enough is enough. Let's put an end to this PC nonsense once and for all. Let's continue the conversation in the comments below. For the Next News Network, I'm Gary Franchi. Let's continue that conversation because identities are being stolen at an alarming rate in America. Last year, U.S. consumers reported roughly 588,000 cases of identity theft related to credit cards, auto loans, and other financing. Comparing that to 5 years ago, this is a shocking increase of 155,000 cases. With Virtual Shield 1, you can prevent your data from being stolen. $1 million of insurance coverage is provided by Virtual Shield 1 to protect your accounts from identity theft. With Virtual Shield's no-log, military-grade encrypted VPN, you can also browse anonymously. Visit hidewithgary.com or click the link in the description below and get a free dark web scan, 67% off, and 60 days risk-free across all your devices. Discovered why Virtual Shield 1 is trusted by tens of thousands of users every day. You can thank me later. We'll see you at the next report. For the Next News Network, I'm Gary Franchi.
You possess the power to impact the global narrative. Please share this report. And to get more videos like this, become a Next News subscriber by clicking the link below. Thank you for watching the Next News Network.